Amazing, right. I need you to remember this. Every breath you take is another chance to get it right. So that is one reason tonight why we should all be grateful because we have the opportunity to take another breath, to go again, and to get it right. So welcome to Set Up and Soar. Tonight we draw the line in the sand. Okay? And we're going to make a decision that most people will never make. We're going to decide to win the week. We're going to win before it even begins. We're going to set the tone, win the week. So let me ask you something. Are you just going to show up this week and hope for the best? Is that your plan? Just show up and hope that it all goes well? Or are you going to walk in like you own the room, like you own the space, like you own the day and the entire week ahead? Emmy says she's going to smash it. Here's the thing I want you guys to know. Champions, we don't just stumble into victory, okay? Right? Champions don't wait for Friday and say, "Oh, how was this week?" Or, "Oh, I hope I survive next week." Champions decide before the game even starts that the win is already theirs. Okay. So it's not about hype, it's about power, right? The power you hold right now to shape your focus, to shape your actions and your energy before Monday even knocks at the door. Declare the week and be intentional. Exactly. So, for those of you that are new on the call, I call numbers. I like reaction. The more reaction, the more everything I get in the chat, the better you get from me. Okay. So, drop a one in the chat if you are ready to stop leaving the week up to chance. Shane, Nahama, Suzanne, Emmy, Carly, James. Come on, let me see these ones. Let me see these. Lucy, Lola, Chloe, amazing. Andrew, amazing. Shay Class, I see you. And drop a two in the chat if you are ready to lock in, to lean forward and to win the week. Suzanne, Nahama, Lola, Andrew, Wuraola, Anne, Nicola, Deborah, Kara, Carly. Wow, wow. You know what? I love the energy already. I love the energy already. This is going to be a good evening. I can feel it. I can already feel it. Right. So before I jump into it, let me introduce myself properly. I see a lot of new names coming in. My name is Michelle Jenny, and I am here to motivate you. Okay, I'm here to help you move with purpose and build with power. I am a business coach. I'm an identity mentor. I am an elite sales specialist. And of course, I am a mentor within the Masters of Influence. So I help you to discover your true self. I help to shift your mindset, build up your self esteem and your confidence so that you can go on to achieve your goals in your businesses and in your careers. Now, you could choose to pay attention for the next 30 minutes or so. That is, of course, your choice. I recommend that you do pay attention. And if you can, minimize distractions and listen with an open mind. And if you are anything like me, you are going to want to grab a pen and some paper because you are going to want to take notes. So with that being said, I'm ready to kick off. Let me grab my water. I'm already getting hyped. The first point I want to talk about tonight is decide. Decide before you start. Okay, so the decision to win is your starting point. Winners make a choice before the week even happens. You see, winners don't wait for external motivation. They don't wait for the perfect mood or for things to go smoothly. They decide in advance that the week belongs to them no matter what. Okay? So this is what I want you to remember to think about. Everything begins with a decision. Success doesn't happen by accident. Okay, it starts with a commitment. It starts with your commitment, and champions create the outcome they want by deciding it first. Okay, so make your choice. Are you a winner or are you not a winner? Make your choice. Okay, because waiting for the perfect week is a trap. Sometimes, let's be fair, life be lifing. That's it. Sometimes life be lifing, okay? And there will be obstacles. There will be unexpected issues. There are going to be long days, right? But when you have already decided that those things are going to come, But instead of seeing them as problems, you see them as challenges to conquer, not excuses. That is when you have decided to win. Okay. And by making the decision today, what date is it? Sunday, 23rd. You're not going to hesitate tomorrow, Monday. Okay. There will be no snoozing the alarm. You're going to decide that you're not going to flake on your priorities. You have already claimed the week mentally. And because you've claimed your week mentally, your body and your actions will follow on. So drop a one in the chat if you know you need to decide. You need to decide today that the week is already won. It is already yours. And I see those ones coming in. Nicola, Carly, Terry, Marco, Kara, Rola, Lauti, Jenny. Wow. Okay. Amazing. Colin, they're still coming in. I'm loving this crowd already. Andrea, I see you as well. The second thing I want to talk about is intentions. Set clear intentions. Because without clarity, the week will run you instead of you running the week. Don't let the week run you, okay? So intentions are the blueprint for your success. Without them, your energy is scattered, your focus is blurred, and you feel as if you are just reacting to whatever is happening in your environment, okay? Instead of acting with purpose. So when you set clear intentions, you give your week structure, you give it direction, and you give it meaning. So what I want you to do here is think about your intentions as a compass. So no matter how crazy, how mad the external world is getting, your internal compass will always point you into the right direction. Okay. So when you set your intentions, I want your intentions to be specific, right? Not broad. So, for example, I want to make money this week. Too broad. I want to make £1,000 this week. Specific. Okay. So I want your intentions to be specific. I want you to focus on how you want to feel and how you want to perform. Okay. And when you write your intentions, I want you to write them in the present tense. So now I am going to make £1,000. I've made £1,000. Okay, or I am making £8,000, but I want you to say as if it has already happened, because you've said it, you've written it down. And once you've done that, it has to happen. We've spoken about this in the past. As long as it comes out of your mouth and you decide it's going to happen, it has to happen. I decided I was going to talk about this tonight, and now it's happening. I spoke the future, right? I'm like a seer. I spoke the future. So drop a two in the chat if you know you need to start setting your clear intentions, and they need to be more specific, and they need to be in the present tense. And you need to be talking about them as if they've already happened to you. And I see those twos: Chloe, Melanie, Marco, Carly, I see you. Anytime, Deborah, Emmy, amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm seeing all of these twos coming through. I am loving the energy tonight. The next thing I want to talk about is anchor yourself. Anchor yourself in purpose, okay? Because purpose is the emotional fuel behind every action that you take. When your week is anchored in your why you're doing what you're doing, it becomes harder to quit. It becomes harder to procrastinate because your purpose will keep you stable, okay? It holds you steady when the crap is hitting the fan, when life be lifing. That's my favorite term. Life is just lifing. And my life has been lifing this week. I might enlighten you later on what's been going on. But without a strong connection to purpose, even the most well-planned week can feel heavy. It can feel like a burden. Okay. But with purpose, when you have purpose, when you anchor yourself in your purpose, you will move with passion, right? You will have clarity and you will be resilient because you will be focused on your why. Okay. And your purpose is important because, as I said, it keeps you focused on your through your challenges, not on your challenges. It keeps you focused through your challenges. Okay. And purpose makes your ordinary, boring tasks, it gives meaning because all of a sudden you understand why you have to do these boring tasks because they have meaning to get you to your why, to get you to your goals. Having a purpose prevents burnout And of course, my favorite thing, it creates resilience because let me tell you, there are going to be days when you don't want to do what you have to do. But when you're focused on your purpose, when you're focused on your why, that resilience just kicks in and you will just get through it. So drop a 3 in the chat if you know you need to focus on your purpose more, why you're doing what you're doing, why you have to do it, who is gonna win when you win. And I see those threes coming through. Polly, Carly, Suzanne, Melanie, Nahama, amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm seeing those threes coming through. Marco, Roslyn, Chloe, they're still coming. I'm loving you guys are on fire this evening. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Visualize your wins. I talk about visualization often, how important it is to see things in your mind's eye first, because everything begins in your mind. Everything that was ever created began in someone's mind. Okay. So before you win in reality, you need to win in here first. You need to win in your mind. Muhammad Ali, he had one of the greatest lines. He said, I am the greatest. And I said that before I even knew I was. So you need to visualize your wins, okay? And you need to win in here first because visualization is one of the most powerful tools that is used by top performers, is used by athletes, is used by entrepreneurs, is used by all kinds of leaders, okay? Why? It's simple. Your brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagined success and actual success. Your brain doesn't know the difference, okay? And it primes your mind and your body to make it happen. I've said this before, I had a placard that I had, and I had it stuck up on my wall and in my office and everywhere. And I would say it to myself constantly. I'm so happy and grateful now. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I do this, I do that. And everything that I have written on there came to pass. Okay, because I visualize having a great community around me. And look at all of you guys. I visualize having the body that I wanted, just finished 75 hard. I visualize everything that I wanted, and it has all come to pass. So when you visualize, you mentally rehearse your success before you experience it, okay? And it helps to create confidence, it helps to reduce fear, and it helps to sharpen your focus. So drop a 4 in the chat if you are going to go and visualize your wins tonight. And you're going to visualize your wins every day going forward. Every morning, visualize your wins. And I see those 4s coming in. James, Nahama, Lauti, Emmy, Shane, Carly, Suzanne, Tracy, Shane, Anytime, Denise, Deborah, Colin, amazing, amazing, amazing. Jenny just slipping in there under the wire. Excuses. Let's talk excuses. Let's talk excuses. Eliminate excuses early. Okay? Excuses, that's the enemy of momentum. Most people will lose the week before it even starts. Not because they're lazy, not because they're incapable, but because they have already given themselves permission to fail through hidden excuses. Okay, so winners will notice what trips them up and handle those issues before they become a problem. Okay, so remember this when it comes to your excuses, remember this, right? Excuses cost you time and energy. Excuses become habits. Okay, excuses keep you in your comfort zone. And we know what the comfort zone is. Your comfort zone is your broke zone, and nothing grows there, okay? Excuses will rob you of your confidence. Now, I'm sure most of you have heard this story before, but I'm going to tell it again. Ancient, I can't get the words out, and I'm excited. Warriors, when they went into a new territory, what they would do is they would turn around and they would burn their ships. Okay. And the reason why they would burn their ships is because retreat then wasn't an option. No matter what they faced, they had to get through it. Okay. So, what I want you to think about this week, what boats do you need to burn to stop you from quitting? Huh? What boats do you need to burn so that quitting is no longer an option? Drop a 5 in the chat if tonight or tomorrow you're going to think about what are you going to stop making excuses about. What boat are you going to burn? Think about what boats are keeping you safe. What's keeping you in your comfort zone? Burn it. Burn it so that there's no going back. And I see all those vibes coming through. And Marco, Ruola, Lola, Harley, amazing, amazing. Tracy, Louty, burn, baby, burn, says Chloe. But I love it. I love it. I love it. Nicholas dropped some fire in the chat. Exactly. Burn the excuses. We don't need them no more. We don't need no excuses no more. Now, take ownership of your time. Okay? Winners are time owners, not time sufferers. Listen, time is your most valuable resource, okay? And time isn't like money. Money you spend, you can get it back, right? Time you spend it is gone. It's gone forever. So winners don't just manage their time, winners own their time. Okay. So make conscious choices about where your energy goes and where your hours go, where you're spending your hours, rather than just letting the week control them and letting them just slip by and doing whatever. So owning your time is about taking full responsibility for how you show up every minute and every hour of every day. Okay. Winning the week is about winning the hours. So time ownership, owning your time is about life ownership. Okay, so how to take ownership of your time this week. I want you to start with the weekly blueprint, okay? And I want you to block out your days, okay? And time block your days. That's what I need you to do. So get a sheet of paper, write down from what time you wake up in the morning, what time you go to sleep at night, Sunday through Saturday. So every day, and start to block out your time. When are you doing your social media? When are you making your calls? When are you speaking to investors? When are you doing your scrolling through your phone? When are you answering emails? When are you going to answer your phone? Whatever, everything that you do, put it on your little sheet so that you know exactly what you're doing every single hour. The most successful people in life account for every single hour of their day because we all have the same 24 hours. Remember that. We all have the same 24 hours, but it's how we spend it. Okay? Beyonce has the same 24 hours as me, and she does a lot more with her 24 hours on, I would assume, than I do, right? Because she has a lot more success than I do. So I need to start. My goal is to start accounting for every single minute of every single day. So drop a 6, I think we're at 6. Drop a 6 in the chat if you know you need to manage your time better. Shane, Suzanne, Lucy, Rosalind, Angela, Denise, Marco, Chloe, Raula, amazing, amazing. Sergey, Jenny, amazing, amazing with the 66666, Jenny, okay. Embody Beyonce, I love it. Embody Beyonce, Joanne, Tracy, I love this, I love this. And the last point I want to talk about tonight is winner's energy, okay? So winning isn't just about your mindset, it's about how you show up physically, emotionally, and energetically, right? Oh, I love that, Deborah. Hold on, I got to stop to read this. If you don't manage your time, someone else will. Deborah, wow. I'm going to stick that one up on my wall. I love that. I love that. So winning isn't just about your mindset, it's about how you show up physically, emotionally, and energetically. Okay. Winners carry a certain presence before they even open their mouth. It's about their posture, it's about their walk, their strut, it's about how they handle challenges and how they make others feel. So you can have all the strategies in the world. If you show up looking sloppy, if you show up being sluggish, if you are doubtful or disconnected, you will struggle to win. Okay? Winning energy is something you carry in every room, in every conversation, and with every opportunity that is presented to you. So, how do you embody winner's energy? First of all, you need to start your day like a champion. Have a solid morning routine. Whatever your morning routine is, make sure you stick to it, but it has to be solid. If you're looking for how to make a solid morning routine, we have stuff in the school classroom in both the MOI Academy and on my school platform as well. The other thing you need to do is move with confidence. Command the space. Okay, you need to walk in there like you already know the value you're bringing. You need to walk in there like, I am the boss. I'm the boss of this week. Ain't nobody telling me nothing. Like, don't even speak to me because I am the boss. That is the energy you need to move with, right? Speak with intention. Winners do not mumble, okay? Winners don't mumble through the week. They speak clearly, they speak assertively, and they speak with passion, okay? Control your internal dialogue, how you speak to yourself. Okay, give yourself grace, give yourself mercy, give yourself love. Okay, and this one, protect your energy. You need to avoid energy drainers. Okay, you need to avoid negativity, negative people. Stay away from the news. That's it, because the news is depressing. Stay away from the news. So stay away from anything negative. Okay, stay away from distractions and stay away from draining habits. Drop a 7 in the chat if you are going to have winner's energy going into this week. You know you need to have it. And I see those sevens coming through. Emmy says 7 plus, Andrew 7, Darnice, Emmy, Suzanne, James, amazing, amazing. Chloe, Carly, Tracy, Jenny, the sevens are still coming. Colin, if I missed your name, I'm so sorry they went through there so quickly. Joanna says 700%. Listen, the world doesn't just listen to your words, okay? The world doesn't just listen to your words, it listens to your energy. So this week, show up like you have already won. Okay, that is what I want to leave you with this part of it at least. So show up like you have already won. So I'm going to give you an action plan, right? This is your action plan for this week. First of all, this week I decide to, whatever it is you decide, no matter what comes my way. So put your goal for this week in there, and no matter what happens, no matter how life be life, and no matter what fisticuffs come your way, this week I decide to fill it in, do it, no excuses, right? I want you to write down 2 to 3 clear intentions for the week. I want one to be for your mindset, one to be for your actions, and one to be for your relationships or your well-being, okay? And know your why. Why do you do what you do? Who are you doing it for? Okay? Why is this week important for your overall goal? Okay, so you have your big goal, you have your big, scary, audacious goal. Okay, but then how does this week fit into that bigger goal? So I need you to consider that this week. If you need to take a screenshot, you can take it now so that you remember what your action plan is for the week. Okay. So I love to leave you with a quote. I leave you with a quote every single week. So this week's quote is, you don't get what you wish for. You get what you decide to claim. Okay. So a lot of people wish for success. A lot of people wish for productivity. They wish for confidence. But what's wishing? Wishing don't do nothing. Wishing don't move mountains. You need to decide to claim it. Okay. Claim your week. Claim your goals. Okay. And your greatness will have an entirely different energy, right? It means no longer waiting for perfect conditions or more motivation or permission, right? It means stepping up, owning the week, and saying, this belongs to me. I am taking it, right? It's about intentional action, not passive hoping, right? So remember this, winners don't try, they decide. They claim and they execute. Brilliant. I'm just going to go back to the previous slide for any time. There you go, my lovely. Take a quick screenshot. We good now? The recording is going to be up in the portal. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. All right. So before we sign off, I want to invite you, for those of you who aren't already in there, invite you to join my exclusive school group. It's invitation only. And you know, this is where I have the repeats of all of my sessions. I've got I don't even know how many videos in there, but whatever motivational type thing you're looking for, it is in there. It is in there. Okay. So I upload everything there. Also, there's any information about things that I'm doing outside of the academy will also be inside that school group. So if you want to keep up to date with everything I'm doing, you need to be within that group. Okay. So team, can you drop the link? The link isn't there yet. Thank you very much. So if you are not in my school group yet, make sure you click that link and someone will approve you very, very soon. Once you get in there, introduce yourself. You're going to get a little message from me. Introduce yourself and then head up to the top. You're going to see the classroom. Go into the classroom and you're going to see everything in there. You can go into each little box that's there and you will be able to see all the videos underneath there. Emmy says, I want to channel your energy for my next webinar. You know what? I've been onto your webinar, Emmy. Your energy is amazing. So come on now. You're welcome. Great session. Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. So your weekly affirmation. I said I'm going to leave you with the weekly affirmation, and this is this week's affirmation. Screenshot it, write it down, share it on your social media, and tag me in it as well. So this week's affirmation is: this week, I move with purpose, act with power, and finish with victory. I am already a winner. I need you to be saying that every single morning in the mirror,
This
okay?
week I move with
I am
purpose,
already a winner. Sorry, Anne, say that again.
purpose, with power, and finish with victory.
Yeah. So every single morning, be saying that in the mirror, okay? Amazing. Ooh, 30 minutes right on the dot. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed this session tonight. Let me know what your biggest takeaways are in the school group. So I did a post about this was coming up. So underneath that post, just go in there and write what your biggest takeaway was in the school group. And of course, make sure you're following me on Instagram and school. So if you can drop those links in the chat for me one more time, please, somebody from my team. Amazing. And if you are watching on the recording on YouTube, remember to like, comment, subscribe for more videos. And if you would like to attend one of my sessions live, make sure you look for the school link, which I've dropped down below in the YouTube box, and you can join us from there, okay? Make sure you're joining every Sunday, 7 p.m. UK time, and you can invite anyone onto this call that needs a push, a little kick up the rump to get their week started, okay? Amazing, amazing. I'm seeing all the comments in the chat. Love you guys loads. Let me just stop the recording.